Humility is a deeply valued virtue in various cultures, philosophies, and religions throughout human history. It manifests in the ability to recognize our limitations, accept our imperfections, and maintain an attitude of openness and continuous learning. Despite being a universally appreciated virtue, humility is often misunderstood or underestimated in a society that values personal achievement, competition, and external recognition. In essence, humility involves a realistic perception of oneself. A humble person neither underestimates nor overvalues themselves. Instead, they maintain a balanced assessment of their abilities and accomplishments. This virtue does not consist of denying our skills or achievements, but of acknowledging them without falling into arrogance. Humility allows people to accept constructive criticism and learn from their mistakes, fostering personal growth and development. From a philosophical perspective, thinkers like Socrates advocated humility as a form of wisdom. The famous phrase, "All I know is that I know nothing," reflects Socrates' attitude towards knowledge and his recognition of human limitation in the pursuit of truth. Socratic humility is based on the principle that true wisdom arises when we acknowledge our ignorance and are willing to learn. Religiously, humility is presented as an essential virtue in many traditions. In Christianity, for example, it is considered one of the cardinal virtues, and Jesus is seen as the supreme example of humility. In Islam, humility before God and others is a valued quality emphasized in the Quran. Buddhism, for its part, teaches that humility is crucial to achieving enlightenment, as it helps reduce the ego and fosters compassion towards all beings. Humility also plays an important role in interpersonal relationships. Humble people tend to be more empathetic and understanding, strengthening social bonds and promoting an environment of cooperation and mutual respect. Humility facilitates conflict resolution by allowing people to set aside their pride and seek solutions from a more objective and fair perspective. In leadership, humility is a key characteristic of effective leaders. A humble leader recognizes the value of their team, is willing to listen to different points of view, and does not fear admitting their mistakes. This approach not only generates trust and respect, but also inspires others to follow their example. Leaders such as Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela are examples of how humility can be a powerful force for social and political change. However, humility should not be confused with a lack of confidence or shyness. A truly humble person can be self-assured and hold strong convictions in their beliefs and actions. The difference lies in that their confidence is not based on a need for recognition or superiority, but on a genuine understanding of their intrinsic value and a desire to contribute to the well-being of others. On a personal level, cultivating humility can lead to greater inner peace and happiness. By freeing themselves from the constant need for external validation, humble people find satisfaction in their internal achievements and contributions to the community. Additionally, humility fosters gratitude, as it allows individuals to appreciate the blessings and support they receive throughout life. There are various ways to develop humility. Practicing active listening, recognizing the contributions of others, and accepting criticism with an open attitude are fundamental steps. It is also essential to regularly reflect on our actions and maintain a learner's mindset. Meditation and other mindfulness practices can help reduce the ego and develop greater awareness of our interactions and attitudes. In conclusion, humility is an essential virtue that enriches our lives and relationships with others. The famous phrase, "All I know is that I know nothing," reflects Socrates' attitude towards knowledge and his recognition of human limitation in the pursuit of truth. Socratic humility is based on the principle that true wisdom arises when we acknowledge our ignorance and are willing to learn. Religiously, humility is presented as an essential virtue in many traditions.